Hello everybody and welcome to the video. My name is Midway and I hope you're having a wonderful day. I sure am. So today I bring you a video about a new event that's gonna be happening, coming along with a new marriage system, and by the time you're watching this video it's probably already gonna be up in the game, right? In this new event we're gonna be talking about what's in store for it, whether it is worth to try and participate in it or not, right? So yeah, this event, as I mentioned, comes along with the whole new marriage system, and as you can see it follows the same theme. This is the official Discord for the Legend of Mushroom. And there we go, we can also see here a little bit of a teaser of what's in store for it, right? So we have some new costumes, as you can see them right there. Those are the new two costumes that you can get for yourself, as well as a new artifact, morph or appearance or whatever you want to call it, a skin, and then also a back attachment, right? So let's just read a little bit through it and see what's up, right? So we have the costume, the artifact, and the wings, as we mentioned, and then there's also going to be a new gift code, Love Mush, right? So if you're going to be claiming that, you can also try and go ahead and use it. It's going to be lasting probably for the time of the event. We'll see about that. Nonetheless, you're going to be able to find this event on the top right, of course, as always, on the game, right? You can always find the events right here on the top right, and then we'll see what the rules are, right? So first of all, complete fun list with your lover and claim flowers and masks. Whatever that is, I don't know, maybe you need to actually be engaged to actually do this. Probably not. Nonetheless, gift flowers to increase intimacy with your partner and enjoy exclusive benefits. So probably it's going to be some item that you can then use to increase your intimacy, so you can actually engage in the marriage system. And then participate in the masks, the ball, and get the new appearance. Then become the ball star to unlock special title and avatar frame, right? So whatever those actual events are going to be like, we already will find out by the time you're watching this video. But before we do that, let's just try and go to see what the actual items are going to be like and whether or not they are actually worth, right? So for example, here I'm on the Japanese wiki, and as you can see here, this is the artifact we're going to be getting in these new events, right? So we can see the actual effect that's going to be on it is going to be 10% increased attack, right? That's what it means, attack multiplier 10%, so that's pretty damn strong one. That's probably the better ones, right? So yeah, if we compare that to something else, like for example this one, if we go to the game, we can see that on this morph, this one is only giving us the global basic attack damage, which is pretty damn cool. But in this case, we're getting the attack multiplier, which is what we want, like for example right here, global attack 10%, right? So that's always very damn strong on itself. Now, what about the actual effect? So let's read through it. Every 10 attacks, normal attack, continuous attack, and counter attack. So basically those mean basic attacks, combo, counter, and skills. So any of those 10. Release sword energy and deal 100% of current normal attack damage. So it's gonna be depending on your basic attack damage. And it's gonna be dealing a moderate amount every 10 attacks, whatever you might want to be counting those as. So basically anything counts as an attack in this case. So that's pretty cool. Still, it's working off of the basic attack. So that's what it means, right? Normal attack damage is basic attack damage, just like we saw here, normal attack. This is Google Translate doing its thing, right? But the normal attack basically means global basic attack damage, right? So this is sort of benefiting archers more than anything. Of course, we have... we're going for a lot of basic attack damage, as well as, of course, combos, right? So, yeah, definitely will be interesting for archers. Nonetheless, yeah, maybe not so much for warriors and mages once again. So that's a little bit lackluster. Now, of course, the amount here, 150%, is also not that much if that's going to be what's actually in the game. Because if we compare that to, for example, the actual hammer here, the hammer does 30% AoE on any basic attack, as we can see here, any basic attack and combos, right? So, of course, if we just do the basic multiplication, every 10 attacks, 150. If we did 10 attacks with the hammer, that would already be 300% area damage. Now, I'm not sure if AoE damage is treated differently in the game versus just basic attack damage. So if that is the case, maybe this actual value in the form of single target damage is not as great. But I'm just reading this as 300% damage versus 150% every 10 attacks. So put it simply, the hammer is just better altogether, right? So yeah, nonetheless, still an option. Of course, the actual like unlocking effect, that's always going to be great. Having 10% extra attack, always very damn nice, right? Like let's now go ahead and look at the wings here, right? The back attachment. So if you want to find out any of this information for yourself, as you might see, there's also a whole lot of other gear that you might not have in your region yet. If you want to find any of this stuff out, then you can just go ahead and try and find it in the wiki that I'll post the link down below. That's all right there, right? So let's look at the new back attachment. As you can see right here, it looks like this. Obviously that is in Japanese or Chinese or whatever, but yeah, what it's going to be doing is increasing your health by 10%. That's what it means. Physical strength multiplication. That's how these Google Translate is just translating 10% extra health. So not too great, but also just decent. Of course, if you're going to be able to just get all this stuff, that's always going to be making you a lot stronger. And then we have the equipment effect here. Deals AoE damage equal to 200% of the current normal attack, so basic attack, 5 times every 11 seconds in a row, right? So every 11 seconds, it's going to be doing 5 instances of 200% of whatever your current basic attack damage is. And it's going to be ignoring damage nullification. I think that's ignoring all defenses, so that's pretty much just true damage. And then there's a 50% chance for each instance of that damage dealt. So all those 5 instances have a 50% chance of dealing an extra damage equal to 1.5% of max health, right? So in an ideal world, if all those 5 instances do their damage, you could do every 11 seconds 7.5% of the enemy's max health. So yeah, that is not bad. That is not bad. I mean, it's still decent, but if you compare it to something like, for example, the wings that I have right now, so if we go to the back attachment here in the morph, the wings that I have right now give me, they can stack up to 40 times, and then they can give you 20% extra defense as well as 10% extra damage, extra attack damage, right? So extra damage. That in itself is already, I think, like, these wings are just a whole lot better. You get the defensive boost as well as the offensive side of things, like 10% attack. It's probably going to be a whole lot better, even though it takes a little bit to activate, than whatever much damage this is probably going to be able to do. Of course, as always, you will get the activation effect just by unlocking the thing, so that's always going to be nice. But the actual effect from equipping it, I don't know too much about it. Of course, it's very, very offensive, but you might not get that much out of it because, of course, in PvP, things don't last too long, right? So 11 seconds, you might only get 1 activation out of this. So basically, as I'm reading it, on an ideal world, you will just do 7.5% of the enemy's maximum health, and then as well as whatever this much damage might be for you, right? So this is always going to be depending on your basic attack damage, as you can see here, current normal attack. So once again, if you don't have that much basic attack damage, then maybe it's not the greatest. So maybe for warriors and our mages, once again, this is not the greatest. I'm not sure if that's how it's scaling, because then everything would just be better for archers, because we're trying to scale our basic attack damage in many ways. But nonetheless, yeah, obviously an interesting approach, an interesting offensive option for back attachments, but I still think these kind of wings are just a whole lot better, the ones that I have right now. If you missed out on them, of course, you can just try and get this ones if you don't have any. But yeah, it remains to be seen how we are going to be able to get, at least right now when I'm doing the video, how you're going to be able to get this stuff. Of course, by the time you watch the video, you will already know what the event is about and how you can obtain these things for you. Actually, it's going to be coming up in, what is it, like, 2 hours, and actually 6 hours, yeah, what is it, 4 hours from now? Yeah, 4 hours from now, the event will actually be live. Nonetheless, yeah, let me know what you think about this event. Let me know what you think about the rewards you can get from them, if they're worth for you or not. And of course, if you're going to be trying to participate in it and spend any money for it, because I'm assuming, of course, there will be a part that's going to be like a gacha, so you will have to try and spend some money to try and get it. So if you're going to be doing that, you might as well do so through Aptoide, right? So if you don't know yet and you haven't tried it yet, you should definitely be doing it, right? So Aptoide is basically just like Google Play. You download apps through it, and once you do so, whenever you're trying to spend any money in the games, like for example Legend of Mushroom, you download the game from Aptoide, you play it like normal, you just log in your account in the Legend of Mushroom here, and when you try to make a purchase, you are going to be getting a bonus for however much money you're spending, right? That bonus can go from 10% all the way up to extra 35%. And then whenever you get the bonuses, you can see right here, I am spending a little bit of money, and then I would get a, what is it, like 14 cents worth of euros. I could then go ahead and try and spend that bonus that I have accumulated in order to make more purchases for me in the game without spending my real money, right? So here I could be buying this pack of gems or diamonds for about €1, right? So I could use my accumulated bonuses in order to make that purchase for me, right? So you're getting a bit of a cashback. You can also consider that extra value for your money, right? So as you can see right here, we can go ahead and show you. Now, you also need to download the AppCoins wallet, and you have a guide on how to set it all up down in the description, so it's pretty damn simple. Just go ahead, check that out. It's going to take like 5 minutes.